It's Tuesday, the 21st of November 2017. Welcome to an evening edition of United Kingdom Talk, coming to you as always from Television Centre here in Bracknell. Beware of the wind. The wind is coming. Apparently it's going to get very windy in about, hang on a minute, at some time tonight and throughout tomorrow. Tomorrow at 12 midday, according to my weather app, there's going to be 40-mile-an-hour winds. I mean, it's hardly a blooming hurricane, isn't it, for God's sake? You know, if you've got a couple of sheets hanging out in the garden, or for those of you with balconies, on your balcony, you know, it might get dried a bit quicker, but I'd very much doubt you're going to be blown down the road. Not like they are in The Wizard of Oz. Whoa, on that bike, isn't she? She's on that bike, that witch, who looks strangely enough like me, I must say. That witch looks strangely enough by me. Now, just before I came up to say hello to you tonight, I was watching this programme, Martin Lewis's Money Show. Have you seen that? Oh, I don't know, dear. I'm not sure about the format. Appears to be Top Gear, right? So they're in this warehouse and it's live. Apparently it's all live, okay? Very well lit, I have to say. Martin himself, I don't know what to make of Martin Lewis, actually. I don't know. I'm going to put him in the same sort of category as that bloke who does BBC Click. Now, what's his name? Oh, he's a bit, you know, I can't quite get into them, if you see what I'm saying. Anyway, so they're like in this big warehouse. Well, the audience looked freezing cold. They all had these really thick coats on and everyone's standing up. What's all that about? I mean, you know, obviously the show was on for an hour, so they're standing up for that hour. My guess is they would have had to be in the studio by about 8 o'clock, so they've been standing up for 2 hours. I mean, I won't even do that at the Royal Albert Hall. Get a box, sit down. So it all looked quite uncomfortable, to be honest, but some very good advice on there, including, have you got a pen and paper ready? Pen and paper ready? Look at this. Happening on Friday, Selfridges, 20% off. Okay, I think that's everything. Also, House of Fraser up to 40% off. La Redoute, 40% off. And Urban Outfitters, 40% off. All happening on Black Friday. Oh, yes. So beware of that. Don't buy anything at the moment. I nearly bought something today. I shall come to that in a moment, okay? Let's say hello to somebody for joining us on the show this morning. Good morning to Craig Hart. Where have you been, dear? Well, you haven't been there for a while, have you? Have you been busy at work? Morning, Craig. He gets the first message tonight. Congratulations, Craig. First in today. Hello to Adam the plumber. Craig Adams is there. Craig wants to know, actually, Craig's just sent us a little message. Craig wants to know, do I know any minor or famous celebrities? Yeah, I know a few people. I've worked with a few people and I know a few people, yes. No names, dear. Oh, you don't want names. Some of these people don't like to admit that they know me, you know, because I'm a little bit controversial sometimes. I'm a little bit controversial, you know. I mean, as soon as you send to people, oh yeah, I support the Conservatives, they start getting a bit funny. You know, so they prefer not to know. I mean, Shirley Bassey is on the phone most of the time. I'll be honest. I'll let you into a few. Shirley Bassey, the Queen often rings up. You know, Theresa May, she rang up the other day. Oh, she's so busy all the time. Busy, dear. I see that there is a new Jeremy Corbyn advent calendar coming out. Have you seen that? Have you seen the Jeremy Corbyn advent calendar? Oh, it's wonderful. But it's a bit odd, the Jeremy Corbyn Advent Calendar. When you open a window, it takes something from you. Isn't that strange? All Advent calendars I know, you open the window and it gives you something, even if it's just a little picture of a candle. With the Jeremy Corbyn, you open the window and a hand comes out and says, "Can I have some more money, please?" Very, very odd. Get yourself one immediately. Good evening to Ray Reynolds. Hi to Ray Reynolds. Craig was first today. Oh, hang on a minute. My elastic band keeps coming off this. And if I don't put it on, every time I bang the desk, you'll hear it. There we are. Okay. Craig there. Good evening to Joey. Greetings, Joey. Merlin. Hello, Merlin. Kim's there. Hello, Kim. Hope the children are all right. Kathy. We're all having a good evening here, Kathy. Graham's there. It's a very Tuesday, dark winter's evening. And Lou's there as well. They're the Facebook Live people with us at the moment, boys and girls. Over on Periscopes, let's say hello to Mike, London, Phil, and Mutty. Salam to you as well. Okay, salam to you. Good. So it's been quite busy recently, actually. I have been very, very busy. I had a great birthday party, actually, on Saturday. One of our cabaret artistes, Victoria Sponge, a.k.a. Paul, had a bit of a birthday party on Saturday night at Central Station, which is like my main workplace now. And it was busy. It was busy. It's odd. Central Station has its own kind of homegrown talent, if you see what I mean, and then we get talent in from all over as well. But it's strange. In there, it appears the nights where you have like the homegrown talent, and then those people that are kind of particular to that venue seem to do better than the ones that you bring from outside. We can have some very famous people within the sort of sphere, within the sort of scene that this particular place is on. We have some famous people within that scene. You might not know them, but people who would go to gay pubs would all know these people. And the more famous ones come in, they don't do as well, strangely enough, as the homegrown acts, which is a bit odd, really. But there we are. We had Paul's birthday party on Saturday. That went very well. I think there was a cake involved, and I didn't get a piece. I didn't get a piece of cake. Do you know that often happens? I've bought cakes before, and I haven't got pieces of cake. Yeah, I think in future, if I'm going to buy someone a birthday cake, I think what I'm going to have to do is cut a piece out first before I give it to them. What do you think of that idea? To make sure I get a piece. You know, or else they give you a little sliver. What's the point in having a bit of sliver of blooming birthday cake? I want a decent slice, don't you? Whether you're on Slimmer's World or not. You know, have a proper slice of cake or don't. Greetings to SOS Gold, joining us on YouTube this morning. Welcome. He says, Heidi hi, or is it not too early for that? It's too early for Christmas. We've already had Mary from Ireland asking to do Christmas songs. Oh, she was dodgy on Monday. I do a karaoke night on Monday at Central Station Bar in Wharfdale Road, King's Cross. And on Monday, she put this song in, Mary's Boy Child, and said it wasn't a Christmas song. Oh, yes, it is. I had to rip that piece of paper in half. I made her do something else instead, which she said, and she was singing it. And I think it had a line in it that said something about Hark the Herald Angels sing. She said, there, I've got a Christmas. No, it wasn't a Christmas song. Can't remember what it was now, unfortunately. So that was it. I had a terrible drive home on Monday, I have to say. Usually the drive in is bad. As it happens, it was a little bit shorter on Monday. It didn't take as long. Oh, didn't that make up for it on the way home? I beg your pardon, on Saturday night last week. Saturday night, I'm just coming down the road and everything was fine. And all of a sudden the traffic stopped. This would have been about 5 past midnight. It stopped and nothing moved for 25 minutes. I'm telling you now, they blooming well closed the Euston underpass. And at the time I'd left the venue and driven round, it didn't have enough because it must have just happened bang on midnight, you see. And the funny thing is, there's another way I can go. And I thought, shall I go the other way? No, I go that way tonight. And I got caught up in this blooming traffic. Salam to Busik today. What does salam mean? Does that mean hello? And what language is that, please? Is that I'm guessing that is an Arabic language. Salam. I think that might be an Arabic language. So someone come back to me and tell me that. So I got caught in this traffic. And I'm sitting there, you know, and it's like, past 12. Oh, God, you know. And that's the last thing you want when you've just done a night's work, to get caught in traffic. But I should learn my lesson, really, and go the other way. I mean, it's not, you know, even if there was no traffic, it's only a few minutes extra if you go the other way. So I'd be far better off to avoid this particular blooming underpass that keeps getting closed with no warning at all. It's not like a sign up, this will close at midnight or nothing like that. It just happens. And then everything is ferried over to turn left just before the Euston underpass going away from London. So that's towards Hammersmith. And And there's a bus. The thing is, there's a bus lane there as well. This is 12 o'clock at night. There's a bus lane, 24-hour bus lane. So you can't go in that. Why don't they open the blooming bus lane when they're doing this? But they don't. Oh, no. And it goes through a set of traffic lights as well. That gives about 3 cars to go through. So you've got 3 lanes of traffic, okay, down to 1 lane on a busy road that has to turn left with traffic lights that let about 3 cars through at a time. It's a nightmare. An absolute nightmare. It really is. Anyway, so that was Saturday night. I got back really late. Had something to eat. I went to bed and I was so tired. I missed church. Terrible on Sunday. And I have felt bad ever since. Isn't it funny? I do. I've felt bad ever since missing church. I hope it wasn't. Vivian will have a word with me. Vivian will totally have a word with me on next Sunday when I see her. The glasses will come down her nose. Hang on a minute. Oh, don't say I've got no glasses in here. Oh, there they are. Several pairs. There we are. The glasses, it'd be like this. Where were you last week then, Chris? It'd be like that. With a very solemn face. I will be told off by Vivian. Very, very worrying. Greetings to Lou, who joins us this evening. Good evening, Lou. Very worrying. SOS says, a friend asked me to sing Christmas song, but I said it's too early. I learned from you. Then he said, okay, George Michael's Jesus to a Child. Jesus to a Child. Yeah, okay. You get away with that one, I think. I don't class that as a Christmas song, strangely enough, do you? Jesus to a Child. Mistletoe and Wine is. That's a Christmas song. So that was that. Sunday night was a bit quiet to start with, I have to say. I was very naughty. And I had 2 slices of pizza on Sunday night, along with a piece of birthday cake on the Monday, I think it was, which means when I went to Slimming World today, my weight maintained. The weight hasn't gone up or down in the last 2 weeks. I'm stuck a bit at the moment at 12 stone 2. My target at Slimming World is 12 stone, so I'm 2 pounds off it now. I'm so close, so close. Come closer and listen. We'll be opening the phone line later on as well if you want to call in. Don't be shy. Feel free to call in. Not quite yet. I'll open the phone line in a little bit, okay? So that was that. I've been looking around for... My mate wants to get me a Christmas present. I've got his Christmas present. And I'm being tempted. I was tempted by a large television. My television's about 14, 15 years old now. It is a Panasonic flat screen. Works perfectly all right, which means I'm a bit funny about buying new things when something's working perfectly all right. But, if I buy a new one, that has got another home to go to, i.e. my sister's. Okay, she'd have the old one. So I've been tempted by a large telly, and I was looking around on Amazon. And I saw what I thought I wanted, and I thought, oh, yeah, that's the one. Anyway, there was this bloke at the karaoke on Sunday night who works for Curry's. And I proudly went into him, and I went over to him. And I says, I bet you lot can't beat this. He said, what you got? I said, 65-inch television set. Yeah, look at the price of that. So I showed him the price. He said, give me a minute. He's gone back on his iPhone. He's gone like that on his iPhone. Just a minute. Let me turn my phone off here. There we are. And he says, there you go. It's a better model, and it's £200 less. Right? 65-inch telly, $999. You could also get and he said that's with £200 cashback. And I thought, blimey, £200 cashback as well? That sounds really good. And I thought, I said, you know what? I think I'm going to get one of those this week. Because my mate's giving me, it's not going to cost me $9.99. My mate's going to give me some money for it. And £200 off as well, I thought to myself. I thought, that's fantastic. Anyway, so have your messages got stuck on the Facebook? It looked like they got stuck. Just a second, darlings. Let me see if I can sort that out for you. Hello, Juan. Good evening, Juan. Hope you're well, sir. They might have got a bit stuck there. Let's... Oh, dear. One moment, please. Let me try and sort this out for you. There we go. Oh, that's it. I've got them back now. I think I've got them back anyway. Oh, Christ, there's a load of them, isn't there? I beg your pardon. Sorry, I think my messages got a bit stuck then. Let's just do a few bits and pieces. That does happen sometimes. Reacted, shared, liked. Let's go on a liked one. That should bring them all up. There we go. Got them up. Right, got them up there. I'll come back to your messages in a moment, boys and girls. I seem to have got those now. I do. You kind of know they've got stuck because you now send in so many wonderful messages, and I do appreciate them all. I can't really read them all, but you know when they've got stuck because no new ones have appeared. You know, except on sad occasions where no one's sending any at all. And I think, oh, there's no messages here. A little bit like being on a dating app, isn't it? Like being on a dating app. You see some of these people on the dating apps in clubs and bars. And, oh, I don't think this is working. I've got no messages. No, it's working. You're just ugly. I had a message on a dating app 3 years ago. It's wonderful when you get one. When you don't... When you don't get many messages and you suddenly get one, it is so exciting. You see all the youngsters, all the pretty people out in bars, girls and boys, and you know, these messages, they got like 20 messages waiting to be replied to. Chris Reardon opens his phone, there's nothing. Years pass. Anyway, back to the story of the television. So anyway, I did the night. We finished at the Cams and I on Sunday, and it became busy towards the end. It was a bit of a quiet start on Sunday. I don't know why. One of those things. But we had a damn good night, and wonderful bar staff there. All the jobs I'm doing now, I love. I mean, I really do. I love the staff and the customers, almost all the customers, except the ones that moan. Now you get someone that moans. Oh dear, you get someone that moans. There was someone that moans this week. I won't say where and when, but he moans. And so he moaned the other week, and I thought, well, I better give you a wide berth. I won't bother communicating with you because he moaned a couple of weeks ago. And then at the end of the night, when I last saw him, he stood in the middle of the floor and says, why have you ignored me all night? Well, because you moan all the time. Oh, there's a fly. Oh, I don't like to kill animals. There you go. I don't, because you moan all the time. Why do you want to talk to someone who moans all the time? Go away. Stop moaning, I'll talk to you. Isn't it funny? I mean, what do they expect, for God's sake? You've been ignoring me all night, he says. Well, what do you expect? You moan? That's the way it is. Anyway, back to the television story. So that was that. So I've come home. I've looked on the internet. And sure enough, I saw this television for $9.99 with £200 cashback. Click here for more information. So I clicked. I thought, I bet you have to send off for the £200 and it's got like a date limit and all that. What it turns out is that the £200 cashback is like up to £200. And that is if you sign up for a broadband and a television package with either Virgin Media, Sky, or who's the other one now? BT Vision. If you sign up with one of those, you get up to £200 cashback, depending on what ones you get, you see. So that's how that works. So I refuse to pay for subscription television. The only one I would have is Netflix, but I've got my sister's code for that, and she lets me use hers. So I haven't got that either. I refuse point blank to pay for subscription television because when I was a child, we never had any of that business. It was all free. Everything was on BBC One in full colour or ITV in colour when they caught up. You know, that's how it was. So I don't pay for television. I wouldn't pay for sport, music events. If you want to put a boxing match on there, watch for 15 quid, fine, put it on there, but I'm not paying for it. I just won't pay for that sort of thing. So I thought, okay, so the £200 is now out of the question. The price of the telly, $9.99, was still cheaper than the one I saw on Amazon by about £150, £200. Something like that, okay? So I thought, I'll have a little think about it. So I have thought about it. And then Monday daytime, I thought, do you know what? I'm going to buy that. I'll ring up my mate and see what he says. And he said, yeah, that's fine. He said, I'll give you X amount of pounds towards that. And then you can just go and buy it. I said, well, I mustn't have it before Christmas because it's a Christmas. I'll class that as my Christmas gift from you. You know, even though you haven't bought the whole thing, I'll class that as my Christmas gift for you. Therefore, you must look after that. until it's Christmas. Or I can keep it here and in the box and it mustn't be opened, because I'm very, very funny about that. If you're a regular viewer to the show, you'll know I do not like Christmas presents being given or received before Christmas Day. Christmas Day is there for a reason, dear. You know, that's when you get the presents and the baby Jesus is born and all that business, all right? Not before Christmas. So he says, all right. So I said, we'll go tomorrow, right? So today, Tuesday, is tomorrow, because it was Monday. So I went to the Slimming World in the morning, had my hair cut. Anyone notice my hair? No, no one's noticed. Had my hair cut this morning, did the Slimming World, came back home, had some dinner, and then we went to Curry's, which is where this special offer was. I also went to Maplin's. I had to get a little gadget from Maplin's as well. Incidentally, I've got new gadget, boys and girls. Now, these are available from Aldi, £20. Very, very good. You get a remote control. Okay. And you get... Oh, God, don't break that now. Oh, bleed now. So you get a remote control and 4 plugs, okay? So you plug these into gadgets that might be difficult to get to. Maybe your television, okay? Behind your television, that's usually a socket out of the way, isn't it? Somewhere like that. And you could turn them on and off with this. On, off, on, off. So it's saving you money. Leaving things on standby all the time. Very bad. You speak to the Liberal Democrats. Very bad. They don't like energy use. If the Liberal Democrats get in, there'd be no flying. Absolutely not, dear. Anyway, that's it. So £20 gets you 1 of those and 4 of those in Aldi at the moment. They're quite easy to set up as well. Highly recommend if you leave things on all the time, okay? Just thought I would show you that little new gadget. So, in the Maplin's, got my thing, come out there, went into Curry's. So we're looking around. Quite a lot of televisions. And I have to say, boxes and boxes of stuff in there. My God. They're obviously ready for the Christmas period. There are literally stacks and stacks of televisions, computer monitors, big ones, little ones, wide ones, thin ones. And they obviously full up in the warehouse because these are all on the shop floor. There's stacks of televisions in there, all like one on top of the other. Really, really lot of stuff in there at the moment. And we're looking for this telly, of course, so we can't find that particular model. So we've gone to the bloke. I says, hello, mate, you've got a 65-inch television in here. $999. I saw it online. So he's looking at me. He said, I think it's this one over here. He said, we haven't got the 999. We haven't got the 65-inch. I've got the 55 of the same model. So it'd be exactly the same, except a bit bigger. Right. So he's going around all these tellies, and there's aisles and aisles of televisions there. Aisles of them, stacked up like this. I've never seen so much equipment in all my life. You know, if a robber got in there very unlikely because of all their burglar things and, you know, cameras and all that. If they'd have a blooming field day. You'd have to turn up with one of those removal vans to get the stuff in there. Cool, blimey, I couldn't believe it. Anyway. So, what about the TV licence, Anthony? What has that got to do with what we're talking about now? The TV licence is worth every penny, sir. Worth every penny. That's not subscription telly. That's a TV licence, completely different. Have you got one? I didn't think so. They're out for you. The detectives are coming. Boop, 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 boop. Watching for you, Anthony, now. Welcome to our little show, all right. So he's going round and round these tellies. He can't find that... Yeah, well, I can't do instant requests, can I? Can't do instant messages. I'm telling a bloody story here. Telling a story here. I can't keep going back to that, can I now? Anyway, back to the story. So going round and round, and he cannot find this blooming television set, can he? So then he gets on his little iPad or something like that, and he's bringing up. He said, I think it's this one here, but it's 1299 or 1199 now. And so I got my phone out, and I'd saved the. What I'd done is I looked it up on Sunday night, and I sent myself by email the link to this particular product, and it said 999. So I've opened my little phone, clicked on the link, bought it up. It's gone up £200. He said, well, that's 1199. I said, well, how can that be? That was $9.99 on Sunday. He said, yeah, the prices go up and down every day. I said, well, how does that work then? He said, we do price matching. We check it mainly against Argos, apparently. I didn't know that. Mainly they check it against Argos and other shops as well. I said, look, I said, well, surely you can do it at the same price. He said, I'm afraid not. I might be able to get you another television, a better one, at that price. I said, okay, so he's on this thing here. He said, is this one any good? I said, has it got FreeSat built in? He said, have you got a FreeSat box? I said, well, yes, but I don't want to have to turn it on. You know, I've got a television at the moment, Panasonic telly. So it's only an old plasma. They don't even make them anymore, do they, plasmas? It's an old plasma. I said to him, that's got FreeSat and Freeview, although not HD, not Freeview HD, the new one. They didn't have that then. They didn't have that then. So it's got FreeSat and Freeview built into my one. That's what I want now. He said, well, we got this one. It was slightly cheaper, but no FreeSat. I said, well, it's no good, no FreeSat. He said, well, and he's shown us all these other different ones. There was a 70-inch one, which was more than $9.99. There was a 70-inch one in there. And my mate says, oh, what about 70? Imagine that. I said, that's going to be too big. I said, 65 is the biggest one you could have in my particular living room. I haven't got a massive living room. You know, you don't want something that's going to look stupid in there. I mean, for example, you know, I'm already sitting in there looking stupid. You don't want to add gadgets as well, you know, and look even more stupid in your living room, do you? So 65 is about the biggest. And my mate says, oh, go on. He said, the 70, he said, that'd be fabulous. I said, no, it won't. It'll be too big. Be too big. So the bloke's still looking now. And he says, well, what about that one? I says, and that was again over. I said, no. I said, I've decided I will spend $9.99. I've got $9.99 to spend with me now. Okay? I want that television over there that you had on sale for $9.99 on Sunday that's gone up £200. Surely you can do it for that. And he said, well, you could come back Black Friday. It'll probably go down again at that point. Why can't you just do it now? You know, if it was $9.99 that day, and they're obviously still making, God knows how much they, you know, that £1,000 telly, how much have they bought that in for? I started wondering to myself. If it can be that price and you're making profit then, why can't you just sell it to me for $9.99 now? Just absolute madness. So anyway, my mate gets involved. My mate is very good at knocking prices down. I'm not good at that. I will say he's really very good at that, knocking prices down. I have difficulty doing that. And he's communicating with this bloke, and I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered. So I've started walking around now, looking at the other tellies. And I bumped into a lady who, funnily enough, used to work at Curry's when it was in the main shopping centre. It's kind of sort of outside the shopping centre now. And she was in there chatting away. She retired 4 years ago. And I was telling her the situation. He said, well, the staff actually don't have much leeway at all. It all comes from head office or wherever. So he probably can't take that £200 off that was off on the Sunday. So my mate's talking to him, and my mate was going on, and when my mate starts, he will go on and on and on, to the point of you being pissed off. You know, honestly, he will. On and on and on. And I was watching him and thought, I wonder if he's getting anywhere. Bless him. They're all doing it for my benefit, bless him, you know, which I'm thankful for. And then I saw the bloke walk away and out into the stock room. Well, we never saw him again. He must have really got on his nerves eventually, because he wasn't getting anywhere. He couldn't sell us anything. I wanted to spend $9.99, not a penny more, because the trouble is, you see, $9.99. Oh, I'll tell you what. Let's just make it 1,100. No, it's gone up 100. I had that. I'm very good at that. I've got an amount in my head that I will spend up to on something. If I think it's value for money, I will spend that. The moment I don't think something is value for money, that's it. I'm gone. And they couldn't send it. So we went. I can't believe they let us walk out of Curry's, you know, over something that was already that price 2 days earlier. And then he says, why don't you try and come back, you know, check the price every day, it might come down again. Well, he obviously knows something. Why can't you just sell it to me now and be done with it? Anyway, by the end of that, I was really tired. That tired me out, that did. That tired me out, that session in there. So then we went to Morrison's, done a little bit of shopping in Morrison's, and I came home, had a sleep. I've had my dinner tonight. I cooked my arrabetta sauce, spaghetti arrabetta sauce, with far too much garlic in it. I do apologise if it's coming through the microphone today. And here we are having a little bit of a chat tonight. All right? Let's do some of your messages then, boys and girls. Thank you very much for sending them through. Anthony says the shop guys don't care. It's not their business. Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're probably right. But it's very, very silly to walk out. Let us walk out that shop. I had £999 to spend there today, and they turned me away. More fool them. I will have a look on the internet. Believe it or not, I've actually seen one at John Lewis for $9.99 now, but that doesn't have the free sat button on the back. It's a Samsung one. It's the LG ones. They all seem to have the free sat built in. Some of the Samsung ones do, but I'm not even that bothered. I'll be honest with you, I'm not that bothered about it anyway. You know, one of those things. Right. Hello to Sanjiam. Welcome to the show. Jamie Clark. Morning, Jamie. Hope you're well. I say good morning, good evening. We're used to doing this in the morning, aren't we? Thank you to Graham, who says the Martin Lewis website. Yes, I've seen that. The moneyexpert.com. There's all sorts of stuff on there. If you're looking for a credit card at the moment, incidentally, one of the American Express ones, the American Express Everyday Platinum, is offering you 5% cashback purchases at the moment, up to the value of £100. So maximum you can get is £100 for the next 3 months, which takes you over the Christmas period. So if you're thinking about getting any Christmas stuff, of course, you have to remember it's going to take a couple of weeks to come through, okay? Be aware of that. But if you're looking to save a bit of money, it might be worth you getting an American Express credit card, Everyday Platinum, 5% cashback up to a maximum of £100. I've got one. Okay, I got one recently, just for that £100 back. Hello to Chris. Greetings to Chris Manzari, who's enjoying the show. Thank you. Kevin, good evening, Kevin. Hope you're well today. Yes, we do sometimes evening shows, Kevin. Sometimes evening, sometimes day. Depends where I am, you know, in the sort of grand scheme of things, really. It's nothing scheduled here. Hello to Heidi. The lovely Heidi's with us this morning. Always nice to see your little smiling face. She's always smiling, Heidi. Hello. Sarah says, loved watching karaoke last night at Central Station on Vaughan Live. Welcome, Sarah. Yes, Vaughan Live. I've got to be honest, I don't keep an eye on... I don't see the messages on Vaughan Live. I've seen some of the old ones, which can be a little bit funny, but, you know, a little bit dodgy. There's a few people on there don't like me, which is good news. You know, you can't please everyone. Do you know what, Sarah? I learned that if someone doesn't like you, pointless trying to make them like you. Just completely ignore them and move on to someone else who does. I can give that a bit of advice to you, boys and girls. Me being a slightly older man now, okay? If there is someone that doesn't like you, do not waste time and energy trying to win them over. Very unlikely that you will do it. Just move on and completely ignore them. When you, for example, on the Vaughan Live, you know, there's a few people, nice people on there. There's a couple on there that don't like me, and the messages come flooding in, dear. Dodgy messages, you know, bit nasty sometimes. Completely ignore them, because what they want is a reaction. They want a reaction. So completely ignore them. That is how to deal with those sort of things, Sarah. Okay? Welcome to the show. Hello to Mark Jones, joining us on YouTube. And Anthony says, try Argos. Yes. I'm going to have a little look around, actually, when I finish the show tonight, okay? Greetings to Craig. Paul Clark's watching from Finkley, Leicestershire, from Castle Mead Radio, a little hospital radio station that Craig volunteers on there. So hello to you, all right? Thank you, Kevin. Salam means hello. So I've learnt that. Is that an Arabic word, or is it Turkish or something? What do they speak in Turkey? Is it Turkish or Arabic? Or is Arabic like a general thing, like Chinese? I mean, there's so many different versions of Chinese, isn't there? Greetings to Pete in a very wet Sao Paulo. Greetings to you, sir. Philips. Now, Philips. Yeah, the thing is with Philips, and you'll laugh at this. When I was 15 years old, I think it was 15 years old, I bought a Philips cassette recorder. Now, this was the one with the one button. Push it up to play, pull it down to stop, push it one way to go forward, the other way to go back. If you wanted to record, you pushed a red button and pushed the thing up. It was all a bit clunky, but I bought one of those. And something went wrong with it. Philips. So I had a power adapter with it as well, which were not like the power adapters now. These were great big blooming things they were, on a wire and a plug at the other end. And we sent the whole thing back to them. And when it came back, the power adapter was missing. And they said we didn't send it. This is my dad. And he said, we did send it. Anyway, this went on. And eventually they said, well, we'll sell you another one half price. And we said, no, you won't sell us another one half price. Anyway, we never got that power adapter. I was 15 years old at the time, 14 or 15, something like that. I have never bought another Philips product since. Now, you may think that's stupid, okay? But when I get upset by a company, that's it, I'm gone. I actually have, the network I'm on the phone is 3, okay? Years ago, I had a terrible problem with them. Really bad. It just didn't work. We had this phone, it didn't work properly, and they didn't seem to be able to sort it out, so I left them. Well, it went on and on. The bills kept coming. The bloke was on the phone begging for another chance, and bills would come. 1 minute you get a bill saying you owe £20, then you get another letter saying they owe you £10, and we'll put it in a bank account. Did it ever arrive? No. I had the most awful customer services with 3, and I swore blind I'd never go back to them, but I did go back to them last year. And the reason I went back to them was because they did unlimited data on the phone. And I have to say, I've had 2 problems since, and they're much better now. So I did give them another chance. But Philips, I've never bought another Philips product since that. Is that a bit silly, do you think? A bit mad, really? So there we are. That's Philips. So how did we get onto that? Philips. Oh, I've lost what I'm talking about now. What was I just talking about? Hello, Brendan Brady fan. I forgot what I was talking about now. Television. Did we get off to televisions? We've gone off televisions, haven't we? We've done that now. Yes. Well, Kevin says 65-inch TVs are going for $300 in the US. Wow. That's cheap. That's really cheap. John Springate. Now, you said, did I know any celebrities, Craig? John Springate was in the Glitter Band. You'll be able to see him on Top of the Pops if you look up some of the old YouTube stuff. He's still a very, very busy man, proper musician. He makes a lot of music for other people and does cabaret stuff and all that. Very, very busy. Almost as busy as me, aren't you, John? I just look for things to do all the time, I swear I do. But John's there. He's starting at Slimming World. Congratulations, John. I found it quite easy. So good luck with that, okay? Good luck with the Slimming World. Let us know how you get on. I'm £2 off my target, John. I'm a bit stuck at the moment at 12.2, but you just stick to what you're doing and eventually it should come down. It's about the long-term thing, the long term. All right. Hello to Marc, who says, so close, have another slice of pizza. No, Marc, no. Or maybe one. I have a little treats during the week. A little treat here and there doesn't hurt at all. Okay? A helicopter from Bracknell to central London to avoid the traffic? I wish. Where would it land? On the top of Central Station. For the many. Helicopters are for the few and not the many, my friend. You'd never see Guy or Ricky in one of those, would you? Hello to Robert. Greetings, Robert. Haven't seen you for a while. Hope you're doing well, sir. Storage Wars, Jamie said. Yeah, I think you're right there. Storage Wars. Dear me. Good. Let's have a look. Craig's only got 3-inch one. Oh, Craig, dear. Well, I wouldn't invite you to stay round here then. Kevin's got a 42-inch. Had it for years. It's doing fine. Yeah, I mean, mine's a 50. I've got a 50 downstairs, and there's nothing wrong with it. But it's not a smart telly. It's not got stuff on it now that you can get on the telly. The 3D thing never took off, did it? And I knew it wouldn't. The whole 3D television thing never took off. I knew that wasn't going to work. They were pushing it a few years ago, weren't they? Is there even a 3D television channel? I don't think. Didn't Sky close down their 3D television channel due to lack of interest? I knew that was never going to work. All right. Cable or satellite? Kevin, so Freeview here in this country, Freeview is free television for a TV aerial. Free sat is free television for a satellite dish. I've got both because it doesn't cost anything to do it. All right. Dum. Let's have a look here. Right. Are we up on that? Let's do. There we are. I do try to keep an eye. I can't read everything out. It's just become a little bit impossible to read everything out, I'm afraid, boys and girls. Okay. Sometimes the messages do get stuck on the Facebook, and I have to do something to it to get it going again. There we are. That's better. It is an Arabic word. So salam is it salam? Salam is an Arabic word. I didn't know that. Ray's got an LG TV like yours, 9 years old in January. If you're not bothered or not sure, I would check out Costco. I've been to Costco before. I don't think we've got a card now. Ronny used to have a card. My mate used to have a card. We haven't got one anymore. I didn't find stuff that cheap in there. Certainly blue rolls. Blue rolls, blue rolls. Now, I buy 6 of those from Amazon and they come out to about 10 quid. And it didn't seem to be that cheap in there at all. I don't know if I'm looking in the wrong place or whatever, but you never know, do you? Okay, there's a phone line open. If you want to call in now, you can do so, boys and girls. There you are, phone line up there now. If you've got Skype, you can call in on Skype. My Skype username is, all one word, United Kingdom Talk. Okay, so Skype username, United Kingdom Talk. Or you can phone in on 020 8144 3477. 020 8144 3477. Okie doke, let's have a look down there. I was talking of Slimming World, actually. There's someone I know also in Slimming World. I won't say the name because they might not want to be named about this. But she wanted to prove that Slimming World didn't work. Okay? Now, one of the things we can have in Slimming World is a full English breakfast. It's how you cook it. No oil. So you get this spray light stuff. Spray the pan. And in there you can put a certain brand of sausages. If you're I'm a vegetarian myself, so I don't bother with any. I have corn sausages, which I quite like, and Linda McCartney sausages. If you're not a vegetarian, can I just ask you to try the Linda McCartney vegetarian sausages? They're really nice. They are. Okay, let's just take a call there. Hello, Mark. Good evening, Mark, in Northampton.
Evening, dear.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Do excuse my friend, Craig.
Craig who?
Craig, the one who said he has a 3-inch. He was talking about his TV.
Has he only got a 3-inch TV?
Well,
I've seen those.
Bigger than that.
I've seen those. Funnily enough, when my when my mother died, she was in hospital in her last few days, and with some of her money, I got her a little battery operated television. It was.
You made his day though by giving him a mention.
Tiny little thing. Sorry.
You made his day by giving him a mention.
What, Craig? Of course.
Yeah.
I'll mention as many people as possible.
Oh, he said he's famous now.
Craig wants to know what time the karaoke is. Not on a Tuesday, my friend. I am allowed a couple of days off a week, if you don't mind.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I can't even remember what I called him for. There was a reason.
Televisions?
Oh, that was it.
You want to say how good looking I am? You want to say how impressed you are with my articulate words or something like that? What is it?
TV.
Televisions, yes.
Apparently, when the shops like, say, Curry's PC World, they don't actually pay for the TV until they sell it.
Oh, so they get it, what, you say they get it from the manufacturers?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that. Is that right?
Well,
how do you know that?
Craig told me.
Does he work in the Curry's?
No, but he's normally good with information like that. It's
Oh,
a bit like
right, okay.
Wikipedia.
Oh, well, I didn't know that. So they could.
Yeah.
That's why they've got. I mean, literally, they've got stacks and stacks of televisions in there. I've never seen so many televisions in all my life. And if they're out on the shop floor, because they've got a big warehouse, then the warehouse must be full up if they've got them all out there on the shop floor, mustn't it?
Well, I can't even speak now. The 3 cameras that you have on the karaoke are working really well.
Yes, it's not perfect.
It's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. I've managed to sort out the picture freezing. You may have noticed that. It hardly did it at all last night. Except right at the very end of the night, I don't know if you were with us at the end of the show last night, but I unplugged something because when we get to the last couple of songs, I start putting things away to save a bit of time going home. And I took a plug out, and one of the cameras just froze. And I couldn't get it back, and it was Christian who was singing. He's got black hair, good looking. He was
I was
singing.
going to say, is he the good-looking one?
Yeah. And suddenly it froze, and it froze on him. So I switched to another one, and that was all right. The other 2 carried on. I switched back to that, and it was that same picture froze. And then the next thing I came out, I thought, I'll try it now. Switched back to that camera, and it was still him on there. So that froze. But apart from that, the sound has got much better with the method I'm doing this, because it now goes into a laptop rather than a phone. So you've got proper stereo as well. So that's all working very well, isn't it? Good. I'm glad you like it.
The drag show was good as well.
It's much more work for me. I will tell you that, because of the setup and all that business. And sometimes
you're earning your money now.
I am earning my money. Yeah, God, it is a lot more work for me. But the results at the other end, if it's gives you better results at the other end, then I'm happy to do that. Kevin reckons you sound very tired. Are you in bed already?
No, I'm not. I'm pacing up and down the living room and the dining room.
Pacing?
I'm walking up and down while I'm on the phone.
You what?
Walking up and down.
Why are you doing that? Have you got one of those step counters on or something like that?
Well, no, I'm just walking. It's why I'm talking to you. I don't know. I always do it when I'm on the phone.
Okay, good. Is it Craig Russell? Is that your friend?
That's the one.
All right. He says stick with John Lewis. Yeah, generally, Craig, I do buy most of my stuff like that from John Lewis. I haven't actually bought anything from Curry's for years. You know what I think I might do? I might check that Curry's price daily and then go to John Lewis with the model number and see if they get it for me. I'll probably do that because I like their service. I like the service in John Lewis.
It generally is good service there.
Very good service in John Lewis, yeah.
I don't really enjoy the prices, though.
Well, that's what in John Lewis. Well, they will match any price, don't they? Never knowingly undersold, as Craig says there. As Craig says there.
He's a Mr. Know-It-All.
Yeah, Sarah enjoyed the karaoke last night, didn't you, Sarah? On the Vaughan Live. Did you get the whole show last night, Sarah, or did it cut off at some point? Because I did check back, sort of. I think it was around 11 o'clock. I just managed to log on to that Vaughan Live, and I couldn't see the show on there. So I wonder if it finished. But she said, I had some proper good-looking lads there last night. Yeah, take me, for example, Sarah. Probably when you saw me on there last night, I expect you couldn't contain yourself, could you, Sarah? She couldn't contain it. She said, the old chap with the coloured bob made me smile. Oh, that would be Jeannie D. Jeannie D. Yeah, Jeannie D. I've only just met him a couple of weeks ago. He started coming. He's quite well known, actually. He used to do DJing as well and that sort of thing.
The last thing that I wanted to talk about, which is now just gone out of my mind. What was it? Oh, that was it. I was looking at some of your older videos.
Yes. With hair?
And I noticed that you had Terry Turner on.
Terry Turner, yes, long time ago. Oh gosh, that's a long time ago now, isn't it? I haven't seen or heard from him for a couple of years now, I think.
I talk to him on a daily basis.
Eh?
I talk to him on a daily basis.
Oh, is he doing all right? Please send him my best wishes.
Oh, I will do. And then there's obviously Merlin, who comes in the conversation. He used to be one part of the gang.
Yeah, Merlin's a wonderful chap. He was down at the karaoke last week.
And then there's also Joey.
Joey Millen?
Yeah, he was part of the gang.
He's always on here. What gang?
We had a radio kind of gang.
Oh, right, okay. I thought you meant like you were a part of a gang that were throwing bags of acid over people.
Well, no, we just bored people with talking on the radio.
Frankly, some people need a bag of acid thrown over them with their looks, dear. I'm not one of them, obviously.
Oh, I know, dear.
Thank you, Mark. Nice talking to you, sir.
Bye.
Cheerio. There we are. Mark calling in from Northamptonshire. You can call in if you want. 0208 144 3477. Good evening to best friend Ron's with us tonight. Good evening, Ron. Witter, you wittering on again. Ron, if you want to call in and tell us what you were saying to that man in Curry's today. I don't know. Have you just joined us or did you hear me talking about that earlier? About our experience in Curry's today. Yes. There you go. Look, Sarah says, I am, of course, the alpha. No, actually, I'm not the alpha, Sarah. I hate alpha males. Don't they get on your nerves? Oh, I can't bear an alpha male. They get right on my nerves. They really do. I look like a bulldog chewing a wasp. Do I really? Mark enjoyed the karaoke last night. So much better than the Z Factor. I haven't watched any X Factor yet. And the other thing I meant to watch, Nottingham, I thought you said Northampton. Sorry, Nottingham. Yeah, Nottingham. I have recorded downstairs tonight's I'm a Jungle thing so I can gawp at Amir Khan. Because I think he's quite good looking. In fact, he's very good looking. I have now dumped Cristiano Ronaldo because he's looking a bit old now. I'm sorry. Move on, please. I've dumped Cristiano Ronaldo in my head for Amir Khan. I hope that's all right with you. I meant to mention that because I mentioned that on the show yesterday. So let me ask you the question tonight. Cristiano Ronaldo or Amir Khan? Let's do a vote. I'll stand by with my pen to count up the votes, and we may send a prize to the winning contestant. Hello, Ron. How are you? All right.
Chop, chop, dear. Chop,
Chop,
chop.
chop, chop, chop. Have you just got up, dear?
Chop, chop. Oh, no. I've been awake for a little while, dear.
Have you? How long?
So, yeah, Curry's experience.
Oh, hang on a
Well,
minute. I've just found a coin. What's this?
Well, that's mine.
It's not
I
yours.
dropped that earlier.
This is my best mate, Ron.
Earlier.
What is it? Top of the Rock observation deck, New York City.
Yeah, I dropped that. Yeah, I dropped that earlier.
Oh. Anyway, our experience at Curry's. Go.
Well, it was rubbish. They was rubbish. They didn't have a clue what they was doing. They knew nothing about the product.
No, they didn't. No.
And they just when you was asking questions, they just walked away. So in the end, I just went up and said, "Do you want to sell us a TV? Find us what we want for £1,000." The man went, "Oh, don't bother," and that was it. We walked out.
He ran into the storeroom, and we never saw him again, did we? He walked off.
No, absolutely useless. These people do not want to sell TVs.
I couldn't believe it.
All he had to do was go up to his manager and say, "These guys saw this TV for $9.99 on Sunday. What can we do?" That's all he had to do, and he didn't do it.
No,
More fool him.
I find it quite unbelievable how they can let £1,000 just walk out the door like that. How many people walk in there and say, "We've got £1,000 to spend on a telly. What can you sell us?"
Well, hardly
unbelievable. And if they could sell that telly on Sunday for $9.99, right? But they can't, and they would have made a profit on that at $9.99. Why can't they sell it today for $9.99? It's just ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely.
But there you
ridiculous.
go. I don't know what point have you only just joined us?
Yeah, not long ago.
Yeah, there was a bloke on there he said, "Don't muck about in Curry's. Basically, check out your prices again, and then go to John Lewis with the model number and the price. They'll match it, and you get it from them, and then we get all the service as well. So that would be better."
Of course. I don't know why John Lewis. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't think of that. Don't know why they didn't think of that in the first place.
Well I did say that to you.
Well, you're probably pleased you didn't come round tonight, as promised, as you promised.
No, I didn't promise.
As promised.
I said to you, "What are you doing later?" You said, "I don't know." I said, "Well, ring me when you get up."
I don't think so.
I know so.
I don't think so.
I made sure of it.
I don't think so. Anyway.
I know so.
Anyway, probably a good job because your eyes would have been stinging as you came in the kitchen.
Oh, you're not doing that awful chilli thing again, are you? Well, if you're going to be eating that, I don't want to see you for the next 3 days.
Arabetta sauce. No, I don't think it was that.
Arabetta sauce. I wouldn't call it. I'd call it cyanide sauce.
Cyanide sauce? Why is that?
It's a killer. What comes out of your arsehole is disgusting. Oh, the smell. Oh, even thinking about it's making me feel unwell.
And what about
absolutely terrible?
And it makes your eyes sting as well, doesn't it?
It doesn't just make my eyes sting. It hurts my chest. I mean, you know how many times my lungs have collapsed. You know,
here we go.
The slightest.
Oh no, we're not going to go through all your medical conditions now again, are we?
Oh, I would have thought that the 2 or 3 people listening would have wanted to know about
There's about
my medical tissues.
About 16 million at the moment.
I think you'll just find it's 16.
It's 16 million. There's no room for the word million on there, is there?
No. Well, 3 of those are me because I've got you on my face, on my Mac, my iPhone, and my iPad. Oh no, I don't have my iPad.
No, you haven't, because that's waiting here for you at Christmas.
Yeah. Well, not funny.
Oh well. Is there anything you'd like to talk about today, darling?
Is there anything I'd want?
Oh look at this. Mary says Ronny rocks. Sarah says garlic overload. Sounds like my hubby after a curry. Yeah, honestly, Sarah, I do overdo the garlic. I know, but Mary, who's with us tonight,
everything.
Mary, who's with us tonight, has learnt me.
What was you cooking the other day?
Mary, at the moment, has learnt me to bring a box of Tic Tacs. Where if I've ever had garlic, I now bring Tic Tacs with us, so that to absorb or change my breath to be more acceptable to people.
Yeah, and a cork for your backside. But you overdo it with the pepper. The amount of black pepper you put in that thing the other day, there must have been 6 tablespoons full.
We like spices.
Oh no, we don't. They're awful.
I like spices.
Disgusting.
In today's spaghetti arrabetta, the spices in there was basil, which you like, tomato and basil soup, oregano and thyme, and of course chilies and garlic. Loads of chilies and garlic, a whole packet of each.
When are you eating that?
Well, I've just had it. And I only did a smaller amount as well. It's much quicker if you only do a small amount. It will like about 35, 40 minutes. That's all it took.
Yeah,
Very easy.
It would take a less time, wouldn't it?
I'll have to do a video of that. Basically, got the big pot, onions and garlic and chili and chopped up peppers in there. So I and spray light in the bottom. Do that around for a few minutes. Then in go the chopped tomatoes and the other stuff. And then it's about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. That's all. That's all it takes.
Well, there's no point doing a video now. You've just told them how to do it.
Well, no, they like to see me doing it. They like to see my pretty face doing the cooking. You can come and hold the camera.
Not while you're cooking that rubbish.
We might even do it in 4K. I think we might be able to do that in 4K. That would be the first video in 4K.
So what we're going to do? We're going to go to John Lewis and look at TVs then. I don't want to go to that awful one in Reading.
Where do you want to go? London.
London.
Should we go to London? That'd be a nice day out.
We could do. We'll go to London if you want.
But the thing is, it's the deals, isn't it? We need to get the deals.
Yeah.
So we might have to wait till Friday for those. And when I see the deal, then I can go to... Will they order any model? I mean...
I would have thought so. As long as they stock it, I would have thought so.
So you just give them the model number, you tell them where you've seen it for that price, and then they just order it. Is that how it works?
I believe so. But remember, 2 weeks today, we have our Christmas afternoon tea at Coworth Park.
Oh, yes. What's the date of that? Let me just check on my calendar. 5th of December.
5th of December.
What time is that? 2 o'clock, is it?
12:30.
Well, you managed to get an early one. Nice one.
Of course, it's
nice
me.
One.
I get whatever I want to.
Nice one. We've got another call coming in. I can only take one call at a time, I'm afraid. So if you want to try back after I finish talking to Ronny, and then that will be cool. I can only do one call at a time, I'm afraid. All right. Yeah. So what is the date today?
That coming up.
Today it's the 21st, isn't it? Gosh.
I know.
Is it Advent?
So
yeah? When's
on
Advent?
Friday, start looking at prices. And I'll tell you what else to do is print them out. Print out the page so we can take the pages with us as well.
Okay. Well, maybe we can go up there then.
And then we can
something,
either
I
do
don't
it
know.
Friday or Tuesday.
What's
You know, or
Tuesday?
if we have to, we can go to reading. If we have to.
Well, I'm not doing anything Tuesday apart from Slimming World. I must
Yeah.
go there Tuesday.
Well, then Tuesday we'll do a search for the nearest John Lewis.
Yeah.
Not the one in reading, and then we'll go to a different one.
No, we don't like reading, do we? Or maybe there's another one. Where's the other nearest one? Oh,
Well, I don't know. That's
or
what I just said. Let's have a look.
there's one in Kingston. Kingston's nice.
Yeah,
Kingston.
okay, we'll go to Kingston.
We'll go to Kingston. And we'll see the lights in there as well in the Bental Centre.
Yes, that's a good idea.
We'll make a video in there or something. All right?
Yeah. Yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to
Craig...
carry on reading my paper now and let your other viewers call in.
Okay.
Because obviously I've started the role now, haven't I?
You've started. No, there was someone before you actually. Marc called in from Nottingham before you.
Yeah, but he was just a warm up.
What do you mean a warm up, dear?
Warm up.
As you are for me. Thank you. Goodbye.
Excuse me, I don't think so. I think you find that most of your material comes from me.
I don't think so.
I think I'm going to have to start. What do they call it when you stamp it with your own thing? What's that? What's it called? It's on the tip of my tongue, dear.
Steel?
It's on the tip of my tongue. No, when you you can put a thing on it so they know it's yours, and if somebody else uses it, you can sue them. What's that called?
You got some messages here if you want to hear them. Mary says, I love you, Ronnie. Craig says, I'm with Ron.
Mary.
I don't do spices, herbs. Had vegetable potatoes and steak and kidney pie tonight for dinner. So there we are. All right.
I don't do spices at all. Don't do anything, do I, Chris? No pepper.
Won't
nothing.
have nothing. I know. No, nothing. Chili, nothing at all. See you soon.
No. Okay. All right. I'll speak to you later. And if not, I'll speak to you in the morning.
Okay, doke. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Enjoy your show.
Best friend Ron. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
We've all gotten our Christmas presents sorted there. There you go. Line free now if you want to call in 0208 144 3477. Great name for a Vreddy. Chef Ray. Put your stamp on it. That's right, Heidi. That's right. Put your stamp on it. That was the exact expression I'm sure he was looking for there. Ray Reynolds, tick-tock, tic-tac, chop-chop, I love you. I've got to do tic-tacs now. Tic-tacs. Is it tic-tacs? What are they called again? Tic-tocs, tic-tocs. Hello. Who's calling, please?
Hey up, Doc. It's Craig.
Hello, Craig. How lovely to hear your little voice. Are you in Nottingham as well?
I am in Nottingham.
Do say hello to Robin Hood. He's a little bit dodgy, Robin Hood, I thought.
Sorry for me.
Going around with his so-called merry men. Please do me a favour. In those strange costumes.
Tights.
Eh?
In tights.
I know. Very strange. How can I help you, Craig?
I'd like to ring up about the old John Lewis. I don't know why you don't know the John Lewis thing.
Well, I do. I do.
Let me tell you how good John Lewis are. Right. You know Black Friday's coming up, don't you?
Yep.
Last Friday in November.
Yep.
Right. What you do is, everything will become cheaper then. Right. Now, imagine you're ordering online. This is what you need to do with John Lewis. Order it online.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, when you order it online, prices will change like every day. Do you get what I mean? So, like they said to you when you walked in today, well, it was that price on Sunday, but it's not today.
Right. Yes.
Yeah. Well, with John Lewis, if you order it online, it'll take 2 or 3 days to get to you.
Right.
You know the day it comes to you, if any time between the day it comes to you or the day you get it, or within a week of you getting it, you find it cheaper anywhere else, if you ring John Lewis, they will literally price match.
Good God, I didn't know that.
Literally, it's not daily because of their slogan, we'll match any price.
Yeah.
It's literally because, like, if you're walking into the shop, that's fair enough. I've seen it there today at that price. Well, then, okay, we'll match it. But if you're doing it online, there's 2 or 3 days between these things. Now, they won't just say, well, you ordered it 3 days ago, it was more expensive then, so whatever. They will literally match it. I've had friends who do it, literally, who've had ordered things from John Lewis, found it 3 or 4 days later, cheaper, rung John Lewis, and they'll refund every single time.
Well, I didn't know that. Gosh. Will they order, if I find the model number, will they just order any model number, or is it only what they sell?
No, they've got to stock. So you've basically got to go onto John Lewis online.
Yeah.
They've got to stock it. So this is another trick that Argos and Corey's PC World and things like that have. You know these big companies who make TVs and fridges and freezers and cookers and various other things?
Yeah.
They make models that are exclusive to those companies, and there might be the slightest difference to those models, but because there's the slightest difference, it's a different model number, and nobody can ever price match it because it is made just for that company.
Right.
So I don't know whether you've noticed, I don't know whether you shop in Tesco, you probably don't.
Yeah, I've been to Tesco's. Yeah, I
But
do all the supermarket.
a lot of their electrics were Technics.
Yes, and I had.
They're the only people that sell Technics, and PC
that's
World,
not
Corey,
Technics with a C. It's Technics with a K on the end.
with a K,
Different thing.
And Currys do a lot of their white goods under White Knight,
Yes.
and they own those companies, so they can't be price matched because they're the only people stocking them.
Right.
So it's only when you're buying something branded that they will price match it.
Yeah.
So this is where they're getting canny. They're getting different models made for different stores.
Right. I'm drawn towards LG. I've got 2 LG televisions here.
Yeah, I get what you mean. All
Yeah.
I would say, Chris, is literally look on John Lewis,
Yeah.
or find the offer you like. Look on John Lewis. If John Lewis have got it, order it, regardless of the price,
Right.
because obviously when you buy it, they won't price match it there and then online. So you've got to pay whatever price they're advertising it at.
Right.
And then even when you order it, keep checking online. And if the price goes down again, just remember that price went down. Screenshot it. That's all you have to do.
Right.
And as long as you can show John Lewis that it was sold at a cheaper price in that period of between you buying it and you getting it, they will match it. They'll refund you.
Oh, you actually get a refund, do you? Okay, I'll look at that
All,
then.
what all they do is literally, when you. This
But
is why I'm saying buy it online because
it's got to be one of those that they sell, yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be an identical. It's literally got to be the exact model.
Right.
It's got to be. They will only. It's only like for like. So, yeah, it can't be like.
So that it may be that
it's down to the letter. On the back of the TV where it gives you the model number.
Yeah, it may be.
It's literally got to be to the letter.
It may be. I find a 65-inch telly of a different model.
Yeah,
that's cheaper anyway. So.
Yeah. But if
it's
it's not the exact model, they won't price match it.
Yeah.
But as long as it's the same model. But if you go with a big brand, if you go with Samsung, LG, Philips, Sony, anything like that, chances are all the companies will sell that model.
Right. Can I just tell you, I had a Technic one once from Tesco's. Mm-hmm. It died after 13 months.
Yeah.
And this Technic's telly, it was in the kitchen. It rarely went on. That's the thing. Yeah. It died after 30 months. Now, I'll give Tesco its due. I wrote to them. I said, look, this situation, it's just out of guarantee. Surely it should have lasted longer. They sent me a cheque for £350. I think I'd paid $450 for the telly, and I thought that was very fair. But I would not now buy an unbranded telly.
I'll tell you the reason why John Lewis will price match over the days, and I'll explain why. When you buy online...
Yes.
You've got, I don't know whether it's a 2-week or a 30-day money-back guarantee by law. It's classed as mail order.
That's right, yes.
And you've got a calling-off period. So basically, when I said, if you bought it on Sunday and by Wednesday it went down, the reason they will match it is because you could literally just say, well, okay, I don't want it, have it back, and they would have to take it back.
Yes.
Which is why they will match it. Because...
And there doesn't even have to be
by law take it back.
There doesn't even have to be anything wrong with it, does there?
No.
Now, Martin, funny you should say that. The bloke on the telly tonight, Martin Lewis. One of the questions was from a member of the audience. I bought whatever. I bought a television. I don't want it anymore. Can I just take it back? And Martin Lewis said to them, did you buy it online or in a shop? And the bloke said, in a shop. He said, is there anything wrong with it? He said, no. He said, you've got no rights at all. You've bought it in a shop. That's it. Yeah. If he'd have bought it online, whether there's anything wrong with it or not, he can just take it back.
Yeah, you've got I don't know if it's 14. It's either 14 days or 30 days. I don't know the exact number. But literally, you can just say, you don't even have to give them a reason. You can just say, I don't want to tell you more, thank you.
Yeah.
Take it back. And they've got to.
Amazon are very good
Wow.
at that. I must say, Amazon
Let
are
me tell you
very good at that.
I just want to mention one other company while we're on this. It's nothing to do with tellies. Although they do tellies now, AO.com are absolutely amazing
Who is
for
that?
price matching. AO.com. You know that? AO.com.
AO.com. I've never heard of them.
Yeah, they started off selling white goods like fridges, freezers, cookers, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But now they do electricals. They do TVs and everything now.
Gosh.
But they're absolutely amazing. You know when you got to dispatched,
Yes.
you can track it from the minute it leaves dispatch, literally on every road until it gets to your house, and it tells you how many drops have got to your house, and literally.
Oh, that's good.
You don't
Yes.
have to sit in
Who's
all
that?
day. You can be half an hour away because you know it will tell you they're like 38 minutes away.
Who's that with then? Who do they send their stuff out with?
AO.com.
Yeah, but who do they send out with? What courier?
No, they're their own. They've got their own delivery driver.
Okay.
They come in their own AO.com. They deliver themselves.
Do you know the amount of stuff? Like when I order most stuff online. It just comes, and I like that. You know, but the amount of times
in between
it says,
8 and 6, or
but it
whatever.
often says, you know, click here to track your goods, and you click there, and it says not found. And it never seems to work for me, that tracking thing. Have you found that?
You know, on AO.com, it's their own system, and it's tracked to their own lorries, which they deliver in, and it's literally live via GPS. And literally, you know, if they stop for a cup of tea, you know, because it's sat stagnant for 20 minutes. And literally, it will tell you exactly how far. But not only does it tell you how far, so the trouble I had was when they delivered to us, we live in a big town.
Yes.
And they probably had 10 deliveries in my town.
Right.
So although I thought, well, they're only 3 miles away, and you think, well, they're only going to be 10 minutes. It doesn't. It tells you there's like 6 deliveries before you, and it tells you exactly how many deliveries as well before you.
I haven't come across that before. Tell us, what do you do? Tell us a bit about yourself, Craig. What do you do?
I've literally just started working again. I've just started working in the theatre, ready for panto season.
In the theatre?
So,
are you a Dane?
Yeah. No, I'm as low as you can go. I've just started.
You doing the ice creams?
No, I've started a job as a cleaner because my mate's the caretaker. And the reason I've taken the job on is because it's bureaucracy. It's basically our theatre is owned by the council.
Listen,
once you work for the council, you've got a job for life.
Listen, cleaner is not the lowest of the low.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that.
Not.
What I'm saying to you is, I had to get my foot in. I needed to get my friend's the caretaker, and I've got my foot in the door. And it means now I can work anywhere within the council.
Yeah.
Because once you work for the council, you work for the council.
I understand.
It saves the whole HR process.
It's very similar to when I wanted to work for BT. I wanted to be an engineer, had no qualifications. I got in as an operator. And over the years, just transferred across. Yeah. That's how it is. So you can still do that then. Yeah. But, you know, when you say lowest of the low, I don't think
I don't the lowest of the low, but you know what I mean. But
I don't think I don't think any jobs are low. If you've got a job,
I totally agree. I would do anything for a living. I'm not too proud to do anything.
Good on you. Good on you. Good on you.
I wish it just helped. Like I say, my friend's a caretaker, and it's panto season starting, so it's the busy season. So, and I hate panto. That's the worst thing about it. Can't stand it.
It's over there.
I know, and it's Jack and the Beanstalk, and I haven't got a clue of the story other than that he sold the cow for some beans and went up a beanstalk. I don't know anything else about Jack and the Beanstalk.
Anyone famous?
Apparently, because I'm.
Do you know who?
I'm of the variety of gayness.
Do you know who? Who's in it? No.
Apparently, most of the cast are gay, so I'm quite looking forward to going to work.
Well, where is it? Nottingham.
Mansfield. It's in Nottinghamshire, but it's Mansfield.
Let's have a look. See who's in it.
It's Mansfield Palace Theatre. It's a bloke out of
Casualty.
Neighbours who's the woman out of Casualty, and it's the bloke out of Neighbours who's the lead.
Okay, let's have a look.
Marc something.
Marc Little. Oh. He was in Neighbours, was he? Oh, I haven't seen Neighbours for years.
Yeah.
Craig Ansell. Don't know any of these people.
Yeah.
Rebecca Wheatley.
Jack's gay.
Who?
Can you see Jack? Is Jack on the pictures? Jack missed the promo, so Jack isn't in all the pictures.
I don't know.
You know, I think Jack and the Beanstalk.
There's only Ronny, I don't recognise any of them. There's a girl who says that she was in Casualty, but I don't recognise her
Yeah,
from the photo.
she was She was massive in Casualty. She was a big bird.
Was she? How
and
long
she lost a lot
ago?
of weight.
How
She
long
was in
ago?
Casualty. Oh God, probably 8 years ago.
Don't know. Yeah.
It's a while ago. No.
Oh gosh.
But he was big in Neighbours at the time, but that's going probably 15, 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah,
Gosh.
but we're Mansfield, that's why. Nottingham Theatre will have a big artist. I don't know who's in Nottingham this year,
But
but that'll be a big...
Last panto I went to see was Snow White at in Wimbledon. That was with when I met Linda Gray from Dallas.
You made me laugh earlier when you talked about Ronny to Reading, because my brother lives near Reading.
Oh, awful place. Horrible place.
He lives, it makes me laugh, because we come from up north, and as you'll have heard, everything's cheaper up north.
Oh, God, I know that.
And
My sister lives in Lincolnshire.
Yeah, well, we live near Lincolnshire. Nottinghamshire borders Lincolnshire. Well, my brother used to live in Lincoln, and he's moved to near Reading, and he lives on the Duke of Wellington's estate. It's called Stanston Summit or other. I can't remember the name of it, but
Okay.
he lives on the Duke of Wellington's estate. You know, in like an old game lodge or something like that.
Okay, I don't know it.
And it's a rackety old building, and he pays something like £1,200 a month rent.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Rackety old building. Yeah,
Yeah.
up here,
Yeah, I can believe that.
you can rent a 6-bedroom detached house for £800 a month, and he's down there with something that needs oil.
Oh, I
fuel,
know.
Gas central heating
Oil.
in middle of nowhere, because it's literally, and he literally pays £1,200 a month. So I can't get my breath.
That's what it
you've
is.
got paid down there.
Tell him to go further into London. It's even dearer.
Well,
I know
I know.
kids paying £1,000 a month for a room. Share the kitchen and the bathroom.
Absolutely crazy. I don't
It
get
is
it.
crazy.
But and to be fair, they say wages are more, but I don't think the wages can be that much more to justify it.
No, they're not. They're not. Especially some of
Literally.
the younger people who work in bars and pubs. I don't know how they live. I really don't.
They
Don't know
must
how
live
they
in these flat shares where they just literally get a box room and a toilet to share.
Yeah.
Because it, like I say, it's crazy. I don't, like I say, I know it cripples my brother. My brother gave up his car and got a motorbike just because it was literally cheaper to run than a car.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
Literally, because the tax and everything's so much cheaper, the petrol's cheaper.
Where I live
And it
here,
literally-
where I am here, in Bracknell, you can get a one.
Essex?
You can get a one. You can rent if you want a 1-bedroom flat for about £750 a month. That's a 1-bedroom flat, everything in. Up north near my sister, 2-bedroom house you can rent for £650 a month.
Oh, easy. You can get
With
in Mansfield,
garage and
where we
garden.
live, you can get a 3-bedroom terrace for £450 a month.
It's mad, isn't
Yeah,
it?
literally, it's crazy. It's just, I don't understand it. And like I say, I understand the wage is a bit better down there, but I can't see how it's that much better.
No, and buying as well. Now, I live in a 3-bedroom house in Berkshire. This house is worth about £375.
Oh, God.
What can I buy for £375 near my sister's for £200? Right, I could have a lovely bungalow. I wouldn't change anything about this house other than the garden. Now, I've got a reasonable sized garden. It's not small, but I'd like a massive garden. You know, the sort where you'd have to get on with those little grass cutting tractor things.
Ride on mower.
Yeah, I'd love one of those. Dashcam is just writing to us here. He said, even where I live, it's like £1,000 a month for an average house, not even fancy, just basic. So where is that? Where is that, Dashcam? He said the bloke on the telephone is right. The wages don't keep up with it.
My brother was telling me in Reading, he said, like, they were looking to rent, because they moved from, like, up here down there, because his girlfriend wanted to move down there. And they were looking at ex-council places to rent.
Yeah.
And even for ex-council places, it was £800 a month for
How
an
much?
ex-council property to rent it.
How much?
£800 a month for an ex-council house.
And what do you get for that?
I don't know. I'm assuming it's a 2 or 3-bedroom
Is
semi.
it? Well, this is a 3-bedroomed house. This is ex-council, and it's worth £375.
Crazy. Yeah, my parents, they've just moved into a bungalow.
Yeah.
They sold a 4-bedroom detached house. They live at the Utes. Well, we still live in North Nottinghamshire. They sold a 4-bedroom detached house last year for £172,000. That's how much it cost for one.
So I mean, I wouldn't need any more rooms. In fact, I could probably go down a room. But I'd love
This
a
is
great...
why you see, on that Escape to the Country, it's all people who are living
Oh, well, yeah, I mean...
down south in the suburbs or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're moving outside because they realise they can literally clear the mortgage.
Yeah.
Or even if they haven't got a mortgage, they've got like a £300,000-400,000 pension as soon as they sell their house.
Yeah. The thing is, you get used to your house. I've been here 25, is it 25 years this year? I moved here on the date of the Windsor Castle fire. Do you remember that? How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay, so you would have been 38, 28, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. I think you would have been about 12. You would have been about 12.
I remember him running out with paintings.
Yeah, that was the day I moved here. So that's how long I've been here. Now, my dear sister wants me to move up there. The attraction is obviously her. Although if we row, that's a bit of a worry. You know what I mean?
But the thing is,
we
though,
don't
you'd be
really
mortgage free.
Yeah. And also, my nieces and one of the nephews have their own children who are like 3, 4, and 5 years old. Now,
do you know what? Lincoln's lovely, and Lincolnshire's lovely. It's so spread out.
There's a particular part of Lincoln I quite like, Horncastle. Do you know it?
Oh yeah. A little old market town with a square.
Yeah. So you just come out.
Horncastle's nice.
You just come out of the town, and there's like little places on their own. If you see what I mean, you go down the road, and there's a house on its own, and you go down the road a bit further.
That's what it's like all over. Apart from the big towns, that's what it's like all over Nottinghamshire, Leicester, Lincolnshire. It's all like that. It's majority of the place is farmland.
Oh yeah, and I've been on.
And they just get these little villages.
I'm forever. I'm forever on Rightmove looking, and I usually type in Lincolnshire Wolds.
Yeah.
Lincolnshire Wolds.
Yeah, the Wolds. Yeah.
You go down and then. But the other thing is, I am on my own. You know, if something happens, no one knows about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Mind you, that's the same.
Horrible as well.
Mind you, that's the same here. You know, something happens in my house. You know, the fact that I don't call anyone for a few hours, that's not going to... Probably but after a few days, I haven't heard from Chris for a few days. And then they start ringing. And then, you know, a week will pass, and I've probably decomposed before anyone gets to me.
But Chris, you'd be rich.
Eh?
You'd be rich.
Rich? I've no interest in being rich. No interest at all in money or being rich. As long as I'm comfortable and I haven't got to worry about
things. You can sit there with your Dom Perignon every night on your radio show.
Dom Perignon. Look, I've got a Sports Direct mug full of water here. And that's come out of the bathroom tap because I couldn't be bothered to go downstairs. Probably. Have you ever looked in a water tank? Don't ever do it. Oh, my God, no.
Do they drink tap water down south?
Of course we have well, I do. My mate don't. Oh my God! He goes in Waitrose and fills up half the trolley with bottles of plastic water.
Over these people. I've got friends, and they've tried to convince me. They've got one of these these kettles where you can adjust the amount of water. You just press a button and it chucks out just enough for you.
For God's sake! Can't you measure it out yourself?
Well, they buy bottled water because apparently tap water makes it taste like chemicals. So they buy bottled water to use in their coffee machine.
Waste of money. Absolute waste of money.
Back. If the coffee machine did that to my brew, I'd send the machine back.
Well, that's the thing. Coffee machines, right? So you buy this coffee machine, I don't know, 600 quid. You turn it on, and coffee comes out the bottom. Surely it's easier just to turn the kettle on and pour it over some coffee granules.
But this is what I'm saying, though. These coffee machines now, they adjust to the size of your mug, so you can get the perfect amount of water.
You can't measure
it out. Do you know
how
you press the button?
Well, do you know how I fill up my kettle, right? So I put the kettle under the tap, I turn it on, I count 1, 2, 3, off. That's it. Don't need to measure it out or push a button. That bloke who said he lives in £1,000 a month. He lives in a small town in Norfolk. Again, a beautiful part of the world, Norfolk.
I love Norfolk.
But you see, this is going back to what you're saying there. You're absolutely right. I could have a slightly smaller bungalow, probably, or house, with much larger garden, and have £150,000 left over to spend.
Yeah.
But my roots are down.
Imagine the 80-inch telly you could have.
But my roots are down. Do you see what I mean? I'm kind of here.
I can't even believe you'd want a 60-inch telly.
Oh, really? Why is that then?
Oh, it's just they're too big. I find them obscene. I've got quite a big lounge, and I've only got a 32-inch, and I used to have a 42-inch.
Yeah.
And you know what? You just get used to them, and then you have to go bigger and bigger and bigger. And
Well,
when you actually stand back and look, it's obscene.
The 70 would certainly be too big. The 65, I've checked it out. I've looked at the gap where my telly's on a stand, and there's a gap between the stand and the wall, and the stand and the other, like a false fireplace thing, which needs to come out. And that gap is just about 65. It will fit there. Anything more than that will look really ridiculous. It will look ridiculous, I know.
It's crazy. It's like
A little bit like sitting, little bit like sitting too close to the cinema, you know.
Yeah. I don't know.
What a pleasure to talk to you, Craig.
And you, Chris. It's been
Absolute
lovely.
pleasure. It really has, sir.
Enjoy the rest of your night.
You look after yourself. Cheerio now.
All right. Speak to you soon. Ta-da.
Bye-bye now. Here we are. Craig winging in with some little bits and pieces of advice. Just a second there. There we are. Let's just put that in there. And do that. I like to when people ring back again. I like to call them by name. I think sometimes I get a little bit frightened. Well, how did you know that was me? Because you called in before. That's why. Okay. 0208 144 3477 if you want to call in the show today. Let's just go back to some of your messages there. Hello to Barney, who's watching in the USA. Greetings, Barney. Welcome to the show. Technica, correct, Heidi. Technica was the name of the telly that I bought in Tesco's years ago with a K and not a C. They've kind of copied the Technics thing there, didn't they? Thank you, Mary, who sends a link to AO.com, which I will look at. Actually, as soon as I finish the show today, I'll have a little look at that. I'm going to do a little bit of a search. What is it, 11:15? I will do a little bit of a search around on that, okay? Mary also says, who delivered your washing machine? Was it AO? Is this AO? I assume you're talking about, yes, AO. Mary bought a washing machine and dishwasher from AO. Now, I bought both of those items from John Lewis before. And Mary says, when AO came round, they delivered the washing machine, refused to let me accept the delivery because it was damaged in the warehouse. And it was only discovered when packaging came off. 24 hours later, a new one arrived. Very good. Very good. Simon agrees with me. Cleaners are the most important job. Any job is important. If you've got any sort of job, whether it's working in a bank earning £250,000 a year, and I bet you're bored senseless. Oh, yeah? Two of my cousins work in a bank. And one of them absolutely hates his job. He gets shed loads of money, and he hates it. I've got a nice job. I get all right, but I love it. I'm on nothing like I'm not on like 200 grand a year or whatever he gets. I don't know what he gets. Don't bother me. But I'm happy in my job. What would you rather do? Be in a job that you're miserable, getting, I don't know, £500,000 a year, or be doing something you love? How lucky am I to be able to do something I love? You know, I mean, I would rather, if I couldn't do this, I think I'd rather be in a shop talking to people than stuck in an office typing notes in. I mean, all those jobs will go soon anyway. All these secretary jobs and all that, you know, soon. I mean, it's already happening now, isn't it? You can look how good Siri is now, isn't it? Those of you with iPhones, do you remember when Siri first came on your iPhone? You talk and it wouldn't understand what you were saying. Now it gets it right every time. Let's have a look. Let's try something, shall we? What shall I say to it? Hey, watch this, right? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this actually, but we'll try it. Hey Siri, can you tell me what time the next train is to Waterloo from Bracknell? What's that say? I can't provide transit schedules or timetables. Okay, that's fair enough. But can you see that top one? Yes, you can. Look, that's the exact words I said to it. And you remember when Siri first came, and for a long time, you'd say stuff and a lot of the words would be wrong. It wouldn't understand what you said. So let's try something else. Hey Siri, can you? What have I done now? I've done something wrong. Hey Siri, can you price match a 65-inch colour television? There you go. The best 4K TVs you can buy. The Telegraph. Best deals on Samsung TVs. Compare prices. Wonderful. It's got really good. It rarely now makes a mistake. And then that same thing, secretaries will soon no longer be needed. All these people working in offices doing God knows boring jobs. Boring jobs. We said you won't need them anymore. Bloke just picks up a thing, talks into it, the words come up on the screen, pushes a button, prints the bit of paper out, or sends off the email. All automatic. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. Driving jobs will disappear like that. I reckon that would be the first jobs to go, driving jobs. Automatic cars everywhere. I don't know how it's going to work first. You know, because we won't all suddenly be drying. We won't all suddenly be driving automatic cars, will we? There has to be a period of changeover where some of the cars are automatic. When I say automatic, I don't mean like not with gears. You know, there's another word, autonomous. Some of the cars are autonomous, so you push a button and it just takes you there. Nothing to do. Sit there, read a book, watch a television programme. Do a show. I could do my shows live from the car, couldn't I? On my way to work. But it would also be see people at the same time driving cars. We don't all move over suddenly. It would be a gradual switch. So for a period of time, you're going to have both driverless cars and people driving the cars on the road at the same time. Let's take another call. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who's calling in, please?
You know who it is? It's me.
Who's me?
Heidi.
Hello, Heidi. How are you, darling? You're calling from an unknown number today. You don't usually do that, dear, do you?
Hey, is my number withheld? Oh, okay.
Doesn't matter, darling. Doesn't matter. How are you? All right. Oh, where have you gone now? Did you hang up? I wasn't asking you to hang up. Welcome along, Phil, who joins us on the Periscope. Yes, so for a period of time, there will be people driving the cars and autonomous cars on the same time. So I'd imagine at that point there'd be a few accidents, but I doubt it won't be the autonomous cars making the mistakes. It'll be the idiots we've got driving on the road at the moment who think it's perfectly acceptable to jump traffic lights. Seconds later, you know, not just as they go red, they jump. That I've seen so many times now. The light goes red, and like 3, 4, 5 seconds afterwards, a car goes through. Anyway, Heidi's there. Hello, Heidi.
Hello, darling.
You're all right, sweetheart. Very well, darling. Very well.
What a fascinating conversation between you and Craig.
Oh, yes. It's great to talk, especially to new people when they call in for the first time. I like to find out a little bit about them. As someone said to me, oh, do you do interviews? No, I do conversations. I like to have a chat with people. I mean, I suppose I could do it, you know, if I had like a list of questions here, you know, what do you think of this? What do you think of... But I prefer it to just flow naturally.
Yeah.
Bit like Parkinson. Do you remember Parkinson?
Who?
Parkinson, the interviewer.
Oh, yeah.
Saturday nights on BBC One. The tune, you'll know the tune.
Yeah, I know Parkinson. Yeah.
Oh, great things on the telly. And who was Mike Allen? Do you remember Mike? Was it Mike Allen? Who was the Irish bloke who used to sit on a stool? Was it Mike Allen?
I don't know. I don't know what you're asking me for.
Comedy bloke. Don't remember. Anyway, what are you calling in for, Heidi?
What is it? Oh, yes. You know when you moved to Bracknell?
Yes.
I was 21 years old.
Was you really? Do you remember that?
Yeah.
You would have been around when I moved, weren't you? You must have been around when I moved. If I can just tell people, Heidi is someone I met many, many years ago now at a place called Harpo's, which was in Earls Court. And I used to DJ there, and Heidi was one of the customers, weren't you?
Mm-hmm. I did. I did, yes. It was good, that was.
Yeah, it was a lovely little place, it was.
Oh, and guess what? You know Copa's next door?
Yes, that was a nightclub downstairs, yeah.
It's no longer a nightclub.
Oh, it's a ping pong place, isn't it, where they go and play table tennis?
No. It's called Kung Fu Buffet now.
Oh, that's changed then. It was a ping pong place where people used to go and play table tennis, and upstairs it was one of those not Chinese, one of those I think it was wasn't it a sushi place or a Wagamama or something like that?
It is a Wagamama.
It is a Wagamama. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Where Harpo's
Yes.
used to be.
Yes.
That's a Wagamama.
Ah, right. Okay.
And then now next door is the Kung Fu Buffet. It's not long been open actually.
No, that's in Earl's Court.
It's been open about 2 weeks.
Have you been down there?
No, not yet.
No. I mean, I'd love to go in there and have a look. The trouble is, I don't like that sort of food. Anything that's to do with fish or Chinese food, it's not me at all. I just don't like it.
You don't have to have the fish, dear.
I could just go in and have a look around, I suppose.
You just go in and have a look, love. It's not gonna,
Do you do chips?
You know what I mean?
You see, I'd be perfect up north, wouldn't I? Pie and chips all the time. I'd be very happy with that.
Oh, we love our pie and chips.
Pie,
you
chips,
know.
all the, obviously the vegetarian thing and the slimming world. But I'm a very English eater. What sort of foods do you like? Do you like spicy stuff?
Not really.
You do all your,
not as a rule, no.
You do all your own cooking, don't you, Heidi? I would imagine.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't really like spicy food.
Oh, you don't? So
I
what?
like, no.
What's
I
your
like the curries you get from Iceland.
the what?
You know the frozen curries you get from Iceland.
Okay. Yeah. No, I don't know them.
Yeah, I like them.
Right.
And they do a really nice chicken curry from Tesco's. I like
Okay.
that.
Oh, so you don't actually cook from scratch yourself?
No, the only thing I can cook from scratch properly is spaghetti bolognese.
Have you tried it before, cooking from scratch?
I've just said I can only cook spaghetti bolognese from
Which
scratch.
I heard. Have you ever tried cooking anything else from scratch?
What, apart from beans on toast? No.
Why is that?
I don't know.
I
I don't know, actually.
I started doing that in June after I joined the Slimming World. I started cooking everything from scratch. I don't eat out of a box anymore unless it's burgers. If I was to buy frozen veggie burgers, I don't know if you could class that, but you wouldn't have the whole meal out of that box. I would do some vegetables or probably baked beans with it or something like that. And I started cooking from scratch, and there's a great sense of achievement when you've cut up a carrot or a pepper, added some spices, put it all together,
Yeah,
cooked
see,
it.
I don't like peppers, you see. I don't like peppers.
No, it doesn't. No, it's just an example. Just an example. Okay, carrots. You've put some peas in or something like that. Chopped up something else. Put that in. Opened a tin of that. Put that in the pot. Mixed it all together, or put it in the oven. Whatever you're doing, or the slow cooker, and then 30 minutes later, it's done, and you have created that. I find, and I didn't really do it before, and I found a great sense of achievement and actually making a meal now and putting it down. Look, my God, that's what I've done. I know exactly what it's in it. There's been no salt, no sugar added. There's no E numbers, no preservatives. It's exactly as I've done it. And I found a great sense of achievement. I reckon you should try that.
Really?
Yeah, I think you'd enjoy it, Heidi. It only takes about 45 minutes to do something like that.
Yes. See, I get quite nervous around the cooker because I'm scared that I'm going to burn myself.
Do you?
Yeah.
Have you
I
burnt
can
yourself?
do it, but I just get a bit. Do you know what I mean?
Have you burnt
Have
yourself
to.
before?
Well, yeah, I have actually.
Is that why?
So, yeah.
Okay.
But if I'm cooking, I have to have things quite close to me.
Right.
Like Kevin, he'll put a pan at the back, and I can't do that. I have to have it at the front,
Right.
so it's near to me. So I know it's not gonna. No, I can't reach over. It has to be near to me. I'm not
Okay.
clever with things that are far away from me.
How did you burn yourself? What happened, darling?
Oh, I can't remember now.
Was it a long time ago? Was it?
Yeah.
Was it a burn or a scald? Was it hot liquid?
Uh,
Don't
I think
remember.
it was hot. I think it was hot liquid.
Ah.
You know the scar. You know the scar on my hand. You've seen it,
I've
haven't you?
never noticed. Never noticed, darling. You've
On my right.
you probably noticed
not-
it because you've got it and it bothers you. But honestly, I've never seen a scar on your hand. Never.
On my right hand, I've shown it to you. You've asked me about it
No,
before.
I don't remember. That's a little bit like, you know, when you're like you've got a spot on your face and you think it's the biggest spot in the world and you know it's there, but no one else notices it. I've never noticed your scar. Never noticed it.
You've never even
No.
noticed the mole on my nose.
No, no. You're just Heidi.
It's on my nose, Chris.
Well, I've never noticed it. Honestly, I've never ever noticed it. But because you obviously don't like it, you think it's massive. I've never even noticed it, Heidi.
No, it's only small, but it identifies me. Do you know what I mean?
Well,
I don't know anyone else that's got a mole on my nose.
your face identifies you like my face identifies me. I've never even noticed these things.
Oh,
You know.
okay. Well, I'm going to go now and let someone else call in because this is good.
All right, darling. Lots of love, Heidi.
All right, babe.
Look after yourself. Bye bye, darling. There we are. Heidi just reminded me though, actually, when I was a child, I would have been 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4 or 5 years old, I think, 6 years old. And one of my earliest memories was I was in the living room. We had a flat in Peckham in South East London, South East 15 on the Commercial Way. I think it was St George's House, possibly. No, Droitwich House. Don't know if it's still there. Droitwich, Droitwich, Droitwich House in Commercial Way in Peckham. We lived there. And one of my earliest memories is being in the living room, and Nan was in the living room with us, and Dad was in the living room. It was it was quite dark in the living room, and Mum was in the kitchen doing the dinner, and all of a sudden I heard this almighty scream, and Dad rushed into the kitchen, and Nan wouldn't let me go into the kitchen, and Mum had accidentally somehow tipped boiling hot water all down her front. And Dad had to take her to hospital, which just reminded me of that with talking to Heidi there. Funny how things jog your memory, isn't it? Funnily enough, I was talking to a friend of mine on the Facebook chat today. Peter Watts is his name, and him and I used to go out riding our bikes. We'd both lived in Roehampton. We'd go to somewhere called Powell Park, and if you're a regular viewer to the show, you'll know a pension man's been around a couple of times. He's come round again this morning, and everything's getting sorted out with my pension that starts in February. Although I'm going to leave it there because I don't really need the money. I can have a lump sum. I'm going to have the lump sum and then do the rest of it. I've saved for 26 years for this, so you private pension when you start working. If you want to take one out, and I did. It's not massive, okay. It's not like hundreds of thousands of pounds. It's not, but it's all right. You know, it's okay. And I remember my friend Peter Watts, and we were 15 years old, 14 or 15, and for some reason we started talking about pensions. And I said to me, well, you know, we're going to save all this money actually when we get jobs and we get older. I wonder what we'll be able to do with the money. And he reckoned, because of inflation, you'd probably be able to buy a small car with the amount you'd saved up. And this came into my head today. Isn't it funny how you remember things? This came into my head today shortly after the pension man left. And I wrote him a little message, and he said, and was I correct? I said, well, no, I could probably buy, you know, this with the money, which was better than just a small car. It's funny how you remember these things years and years later, isn't it? It really is. Okay, some of your messages here. Dashcam says, I'm not sure autonomous cars will be able to react to certain situations like a human brain, like avoiding things and giving way and so on. I think they will. I think they will. It's just a matter of time. In the same way as Siri now on my Apple iPhone rarely makes a mistake. Siri rarely makes a mistake now. I talk to it and it comes back with the exact words that I've said come up on the screen. And I don't think it'd be perfect at first, but I very much doubt they will let it start happening before they reckon that they've cured everything. You know, any little problems that may come about. Perhaps it not able to follow a road for whatever reason. I think it will be able to avoid things. Yeah, it will be people that have the crashes. People crashing into autonomous cars because they've gone for a red light, or they were going too fast in the fast lane, or they had to get there just that 2 seconds quicker. It'll be people making mistakes crashing into these cars. That's what I reckon. Hello to Dino, who says, when the new fast trains connecting London to Manchester and Leeds, loads of London people will move up north. It will take no time on the new bullet trains. Yeah, but how much are they going to pay for it, Dino? Yeah, I went into I took the train to the hospital last week, just from here to Hampstead Heath. It's like 22 quid. It's expensive to go on a train. Funny enough, I was having a conversation about this the other day, today with someone about trains and all that. And I think it's someone lives out this way. And I said, well, what do they pay annually to get to work? And he said, I think he said it was about £3,500–4,000 annual season ticket on the train. I said, well, how do they afford that? And he said, even with that £4,000 season ticket on the train, it's cheaper to have like a 3-bedroomed house here than it is to have a 3-bedroomed house in London. And he's absolutely right, of course. It is. 3-bedroomed house, I know, somewhere in central London. I don't think so. Minimum of about £1.5 million. Who's got that? 3-bedroom house. This, as I say, this is worth about 375. This one, maybe a bit more. Mate of mine, he's living in a 2-bedroomed house, coming on 300 grand. 2 bedrooms. In London, what you get for two bedrooms in London? And that's freehold, not flat, no service charge or any of that old crap. No leasehold, none of that. He owns it. That's it. Mary's gone to bed. Good night, Mary. Simon says in Stoke you get a house for 4A quid. What's 4A? For 4 quid, but you got to do them up. 40 grand. I'll get you to put my wallpaper up, Simon. You put my wallpaper up? There's a couple of rooms I want to decorate here, actually. The kitchen. I always said when I lost my cat, I'd have the kitchen done up. So I would like that decorated. It's just hassle. You know, someone has to come into your house and do the painting and, disruption. I hate disruption to my kind of schedule, if you see what I mean. Phone line's still open if you want to call in. 020 8144 3477 if you fancy a little bit of a chat with us tonight. 020 8144 3477, okay? Rod is selling his house exchange next week. Are you really? Are you already selling it? After 29 years. It's too big to manage money and size. You'll miss that, Rod, won't you, though? Will you miss that? That's what I say. I've been here 25 years. And I'd have a real difficulty given... I don't know what it is. You feel part of the house almost, don't you? The kind of the house... I like the house and the house likes me. I know that might sound silly, but I just feel completely at home here. Funny, isn't it? And I could have a massive garden if I moved up north. Hello to Wayne. Hello, Wayne, who's got a coffee machine. He uses bottled water as well. You must have money burn then, dear. Bottled water. Oh, dear. Hello to Ray B. Hello, Ray. Sarah's in Devon, where everything is overpriced. Ah, yes, but you got the warmer weather there, haven't you, in Devon, Sarah? I know that, my love. You got the warmer weather there. Devon is lovely. It is beautiful in Devon. We've got the red earth there, haven't we? Hello to Juan, who found his career that provides happiness and great compensation. That's so much more important, Juan, than money. It really is happiness, happiness in a job. Simon reckons I'd make a good air steward. Coffee or tea? Hello to John Courtney. John worked at Harpo's with us. We were just talking about Harpo's earlier, John. Heidi was with us. Remember those days? Gosh, I think I treated you badly there. I must apologise for that, John. You know what I mean. One of those things when you're younger, isn't it? Hope you're well, John. Hawan says the artificial intelligence has already wiped out thousands from the workforce. Oh, yes. Well, that's coming. It will get worse and worse. A lot of people are going to lose their jobs. I don't know what people are going to do for money. I think I think it might be Norway or Sweden, and one of the towns they're trying out giving everyone a basic salary, aren't they? Whether they work or not. And I think that will have to happen. Otherwise, no one will be able to eat. Everyone receives, I don't know, £150, £200 a week. If you can find a job, then you can top that up. But whether you've got a job or not, £200 a week. I'd be happy with that, wouldn't you? Is that for pensioners as well? I think. Always remember the pensioners. Dave Allen, thank you, Dino. I thought it was Mike. Yeah, Dave Allen was the Irish bloke who used to sit there and tell jokes. Wasn't he great? He was great. Banana Max was the name before Harpo's, and of course Harpoon Lewis, and then it became Harpo's. Thank you, Sarah. I scoff. Oh, you're not on one of those sites, Sarah, that post pictures of dinners, are you? I see people posting pictures of their dinners all the time and all that. Oh, let's have a look here. Has John gone to bed? Yeah, John. No, John's not gone to bed yet. John's not gone to bed yet. It was nice to see you. I'll pop on here, John. It really is. Hello to Is it Michelle or Michael? Michelle? It's a foreign language. Hello, England. A strong hug and happy night for you. And a happy night for you as well. Thanks for bothering to send a message. Always appreciated. Let's have a look. 40 grand. I'll do the wallpaper for 40 grand. All right. Coffee machine coffee is like your Harrods tea. I see where you're coming from. I've got through one bag of my Harrods tea. I'm on the other bag now. But we'll be going up to London hopefully soon. So we're probably popping to Harrods and I'll get it cheap then. It's like £4 for 100 grams or something like that, which is quite a lot of tea. I have. If you want to try it, can I recommend, if you're a tea drinker, go on Harrods, get yourself a tin of tea, 10 quid it'll cost you for the tin. Or if you go in there, it costs you 4 quid. If you want to buy online, £4, I think it's £10 for Harrods English breakfast tea number 14. Okay, that's what it's called. Harrods English breakfast tea number 14. It's delicious. You're not having any of mine. It's all for me. Thank you. Simon says in Norway they get 500 quid a month if they do work or not. Is that right? Hang on a minute. Norway basic wage. Is that right? No, it's not called basic wage. It's called basic salary. Oh, excuse me, basic salary. I don't know what it's called now. What's that called where they give people money, whether they work or not, for everyone? There's actually an expression for it. Does anyone know what that is? In America, he drinks PG Tips, Twinings, or Tetley. Yeah, you have Lipton's in America, which is it's just like drinking cat water, isn't it? It's not very nice, the Lipton's. I don't like the Lipton's. PG Tips is all right. Good night, Sarah. Thanks for joining us. I better disappear soon. How long have I been chatting? Oh, we've done 2 hours, dear. 2 hours. I think I should go now. You're going to get bored soon. I know you can't keep up much longer, can you? 2-hour show tonight. Wow. Can't believe us. Dashcam says, God help us if robots take all the jobs away. It's bad enough with self-service checkouts in supermarkets. That's going to happen. A lot of people in our lifetimes are going to lose their jobs. I mean, even when you think about it, once all the cars are autonomous, I suppose they won't have accidents anymore. So that'll put all the panel beaters and all that out of business. You know, it goes on a lot further than you would think. Thank you. Universal... No, is it Universal Credit? Hang on. Or Universal Basic Salary. That's June. There we are. Okay. Now, this was in The Guardian back in June. Was it June? I think it was June. It's got a date on there. Yes, June. Last year. Universal Basic Income. No, that's... the model on which Swiss citizens will... Switzerland. On the 5th of June, sits on the left Liberal end. So everyone gets... Yeah, so it's been tried. It's being tried at the moment in Switzerland. It doesn't say Norway. Hang on. Norway universal income. Let's try that. No, Finland. Now it says Finland. Doesn't say anything about Norway. Okay, Finland. Here we go. Now, what's the date of this one? No, January the 4th this year. By now, you've probably heard of... This is in the... Oh, what paper's that then? Quartz Media, it says. Quartz Media, whatever that is. But I always have to tell you where the stories come from to give them credit. Then we're allowed to read them. You will often hear me read stories from newspaper in the Daily Mail today or in the Sun today because you have to give them credit for reading the story out. Then you can do it, you see. By now, you've probably heard of universal basic income. Giving everyone a set amount of money is billed as a solution to the changing nature of work when automation, which we've been talking about this morning, renders large swathes of the population unemployable. Let me just take... I'm going to just close the phone line now, okay, gang? So don't call in now because it won't work. Now, thanks to Finland, we'll get an idea of how basic income programs might work in practice. For the next 2 years, the Finnish government is handing out €560, so £520, tax-free every month to a group of citizens. In this trial period, 2,000 people aged 25 to 58 will get the monthly money and won't have to report how they spend it. The trial will determine if basic income can become a blueprint for the Finnish social security system. The scheme isn't fully universal. Only people on unemployment benefits will be eligible and they will keep getting the money even if they get a job. So so they are already trying that now out in Finland. So probably in a point, you know, we will find out how that all went, won't we? But it's an interesting thing to do that. Of course, if everyone got a basic income, okay, so ignoring the cost of that to start with, it immediately saves a fortune in government of trying to find people who illegally claim benefits when they shouldn't be claiming benefits, or fiddle in the tax system, people not paying tax, because they would know. You wouldn't have to have all these departments in government that are looking for dodgy things going on because everyone's getting the same amount of money. At a stroke, you'd remove, once you'd started it and everyone was getting it, you'd remove swathes of people working in the government trying to catch people for claiming this, that and the other because everyone was entitled to the same thing. They'd save millions, wouldn't they? Possibly billions. I don't know how much the government spend on trying to catch dodgy people claiming disability things and cars for nothing and tax things and all that business. I don't know how much that costs them for that. They'd save that immediately. Interesting, an interesting idea. Hi to Kadri, who says Talon calling. Good evening, Kadri. Welcome to the show. Heidi says, are you talking about a bursary? No, a bursary would be something to do with going to university or something like that. This would be money, Heidi, that everyone over a certain age would get. Everyone in the country would get. And if you didn't want to work, that's fine. There's your money. So that's what that is. All right? Kadri loves garden organic peppermint and tea. I'm not keen on tea unless it's black. I like proper black English breakfast tea. I don't go along with all these like different infusions and all that business, you know. Raspberry infusion. It's not tea to me. No. Hello to Danny, welcoming from in California in the USA. Danny often calls in when we've got the video camera working. We're not doing videos tonight because I'm in the studio tonight, okay? Kevin, yeah, the evening shows are always a bit of a hit. You know, we get more people watching the evening shows, but I can't always do them because I'm at work usually. I only have 2 nights off a week at the moment. Probably 3 next year. I had decided to make a 3rd night free next year, so that's probably going to happen anyway because the quiz I do on Wednesday nights will be finishing very soon, unfortunately. All right. Hi to Rod says, one good thing with driverless cars, if no accidents, more beds will be available in hospitals. Doctors and nurses can have a day off. Yeah, you're right. I suppose motorbikes, though. Motorbikes, could you have an automatic motorbike? No, because you've got to balance it, haven't you? You couldn't. I don't think you could have an automatic motorbike, could you? Because the fact that you're riding it, you're balancing it at the same time. And if it was moving on its own, I don't think you'd be able to control that, would you? Maybe I'm wrong there. Kadri likes black tea with milk. Where are you, Kadri? Whereabouts? What country are you calling from today? Talking in. There we go. All right. Okay. A couple of private messages there. Just a second, my darlings. Let's come to those. Oh, it's okay. It's my nephew. I think that's a private message. My nephew. I love my family up north. That's what I was saying to you about, moving. If I was to move up north, there's all my niece. Beautiful niece. She's stunning. She's my niece. My niece and my 2 nephews, and also the little ones. I could possibly share a little bit more in their lives, and it's very tempting. I don't know, but what if you move and it doesn't quite work out? It's just what could go wrong. Well, I don't know. I mean. Don't know. I don't know what could go wrong. Don't know. Maybe nothing. But it's difficult when you feel like your home is here. I do. I feel like this is my home. Like the garden. I've done so much to the garden the last few years and all that. Wonderful. I've got wonderful neighbours. Wonderful. There's Karen and David next door. There's Tim and his wife and his son next to them, and there's Babe. We call her Babe Station Pearl. She don't go on Babe Station. I don't know, for some reason my mate started calling her Babe Station Pearl, and she's at the end there. Then there's Christine, who lives up in the flat there. She's a disabled lady. She just recently lost her husband a couple of weeks ago. And there's no noise from anyone, and just we all get on so well. We really do. To give that up for something. Yes, all my family are there, but bit unknown, going out into somewhere else. Wouldn't know anyone else. And if I would, Horncastle, I quite like. That's very out, fields and all that. I wouldn't know anyone around me. It's all right getting in your car, driving 15 minutes to my sister's house. Couldn't do that every day. They have their life as well, Be like sort of almost someone moving in on them. You know what I mean? Anyway, there we are. I am at Central Station Saturday, Simon, in King's Cross. We've got Dave Lynn, who's been in a couple of films. He's our cabaret on Saturday night, this coming Saturday, all right? Right, let's go, boys and girls. Motorbikes could have stabilisers. Yeah, you're right. You're right. They could have. Going to do today's birthdays, boys and girls, while it's still Tuesday, so we'll just get this in time. Happy birthday today to Rosalind Winton. 54 years old today. Happy birthday, Rosalind. All right. Robert Nicholson's birthday today. Happy birthday, Robert. That's a good photo there. Is that a pink balloon or an alien behind you there? Looks like a pink alien in your profile picture. Sune, 24 today. Sune in Sweden. Happy birthday, Sune. He often calls in on the show. Welcome. Francesco Lorcasico, happy birthday to you. It says you're 112, but you don't look that in the picture. Might be something wrong with your Facebook there, okay? Holly Jenkins today is 37 years old. Ross Alexander. Funny how we were talking about Harpos earlier. Ross, I haven't seen for a number of years, but for quite some time I worked with him in various bars. And a happy birthday to you, Ross. Have you got to 50 yet, Ross? I'm 55 next year. Brian Mongian, I think I've got that right. Happy birthday, Brian. Raj Valentino, 40. Wow. 40, Raj. Raj. Well, it's not Raj, it's Raj. Raj is 40 today. Happy birthday. Michael Brinkley is 33 years old today. He's a Reading boy, Bracknell, Reading. Mark Gallagher, happy birthday to Mark Gallagher. And happy birthday today to Lee Thompson Christie. Let's do the song, gang. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. What's left of it? By the time you've seen this, it'll probably be it will be. It'll be Wednesday. I doubt you'll see this now before your birthdays. But I hope you had a nice time on your birthday. All right. That's it for the show today. Thanks very much for joining us. I'll probably be back with you tomorrow morning, actually, around about 10, 11 o'clock for our Wednesday morning show. Hope you can join us for that. Okay, Wednesday morning. Diane, sorry you've missed us, darling. You've missed us, Diane. I'm about to go now. And Kadri, who we were talking to earlier on the show, is her name day is the 25th of November. I think, do you mean your birthday? I think you probably mean your birthday, Kadri. So happy birthday for the 25th of November in a couple of days' time, okay? And Diane, sorry, a bit late, Diane, because it's time for me to go. Hope you sleep tight, everyone, or if it's not sleep time, wherever you are, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you tomorrow morning, round about sometime between 10 and 11 o'clock. Thanks for watching and listening. Cheerio now. Bye-bye.